Good evening, gamers, and welcome to a very impromptu and informal episode of Games with Dave. Tonight, one of my besties in the whole wide world, Martin Ouellet, is joining me from the Great White North, and we are going to be going through, what did we figure out, about 15, 16
Yeah,
zines?
we have about 15 different zines to introduce. Hey, how you doing, Dave? Thank you for having me tonight.
Oh, my pleasure, brother. I'm glad you could join me. I know it was kind of a last minute thing, but thank you so much for helping to make it happen.
Hey, man, all the pleasure is mine.
So, do we want to jump right into the zines, or we can kind of
Sure.
catch up, or whatever? How have you
Let's
been?
do
What
it.
have you been working
You're the
on?
host.
Okay. Well,
We're doing whatever you want.
let's catch up a little bit. What have you been working on?
Sure. Well, I'm working on finishing writing all the text for Lucha Libre Extravaganza, my latest Kickstarter. It's the supplement for crime fighting luchadors. So it's 95% finished, and also I have a map, a huge map, 40 different locations that I have to name and to provide a little description. So I'm working on this, and after that, I want to go back to the zone. So I'm working in parallel on another Stalker game. This time, the scope is going to be a little bigger, and I want to maybe incorporate different things like cards and maybe standees and a map also. So that's what I'm working on. Mustafa Bekir will be doing the illustrations again because
Awesome.
we work very well together, and he's the best. He's always super energetic, and he's a very we work well together. He understands what I want, and he's stoked about doing a stalker game. So that's what I have in the works right now.
Nice. Well, I can't wait to see it because you do kick ass work and he has kick ass art. So it's a good combo.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. Um, Yeah, let's get to the zines, I guess. And
Absolutely.
I gotta make sure I open the right thing here. So the first one we were gonna look at
Uh,
was
a den of the degenerate dirt diggers, and it involves Mustafa. We just talked about him. So this one is was made for by Crumbling Keeps. They made a little pamphlet adventure for Mergborg, compatible with Mergborg, and Mustafa draw an isometric map for it.
nice.
It looks very, very good, and it's a dungeon delve with the dark kind of humor that we came to love and expect, both from Morgborg stuff and also from Crumbling Keeps stuff, which if you know, if you ever played Marching Order and know about James' way of writing, then you know you're gonna be in for a treat. It's very funny. It's very This one I already have it. I've got both the PDF and I've received it by mail, and it's a blast. It's very fun.
Nice. It looks really cool. And the art, did Mustafa do the logo for them as well, or was that someone else? Do you know? Because I
Oh,
love that red and black.
I I think that he did, but I'm not 100% sure about that. But I know he did the drawing inside. But I suppose he did the logo too.
Because it is, I
And
love that red and black on there. That's so cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing that drew me to this project also is that a lot of things during Zinequest is very expensive. Sometimes it's more on the book side than on the zine side. And they had the Crumbling Keep, and James had the brilliant idea of doing something that is very cheap. So they sold a lot, and it's very in the zine tradition. And I appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I'm game for either one, but because I just like new games, and we were talking about that before we went live of about how we both have a huge collection of games that we've bought and not played, and
Yes, and I mean we buy books all year long, right? But the zine is fun. Zine during Zine Quest, I mean, it's important for me that it kind of stick to the zine genre, which means it has to do a little. It has to stick to a certain man-made quality, and books aren't really doing it for me during Zinequest, because I want to get as many little zines as possible. So that's the fun of it. So if they're too expensive, I may pass and buy it later. But during Zinequest, I like to get a big haul.
I definitely do too. I've got a long comic box under my desk here full of zines that I can't fit on my shelf, and it's
Yeah, I'm doing binders now, but
oh, that's
uh, I,
smart.
I'd love to have one of these, like the old comic racks.
Yeah.
That's so good. That looks so cool, but I can't afford it right now. So I go with binders, and I regroup them by teams. Solo with solo, and Merkborg stuff, and cyberpunk stuff, and yeah, I do binders now because I have so much. Also, when you want to grab something in a box, sometimes it's not as much fun.
No, and I feel bad at times having them in a box, like I'm hiding them from the world and
Yeah.
neglecting them like a gremlin or something in the box.
Exactly. And it may be something that because I work in the libraries, I need to class everything, classify everything, and have it ordered in a certain manner. So binders is the way to go for me now.
Yeah, I'll have to have you send me what you use later, because that would be a cool way
Sure,
of going.
sure.
All right, so now let me get back up to the top here. Everyone gets to get dizzy watching me scroll to the top. So the next up, we had 30
Oh, 30
Horrors.
hours.
This is one I'm very excited for personally. I think Mothership is a fantastic system. I
Yeah,
cannot wait for them to finally ship the box set for 1E.
yeah.
It's been a while, but fortunately, I am a very
What are the latest updates about that? Are they near completion,
they are
or?
getting there. Sean McCoy had put a update up recently, and because I'm old and absent-minded, I don't remember everything that it said. I know he said that there was a slight delay due to miscommunication between them and the printer, I
Yeah.
believe, or them and the shipper. I can't remember exactly what it was. But this looks super cool. It's by Crowheart Role Playing Resources. They also
Okay.
did this here. It's
Oh yeah,
40
40
Foes.
foes.
And I have 40 Fiends around here somewhere, probably in my box beneath me, because I just don't have any more room. Small tier.
First world problem, right?
Yeah, it's like, feel bad for me. But this looks unbelievable to me. I mean, I know they're doing both hardback and a zine of this
That's great.
project.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
fun to have the choice to, yeah,
yeah, this see, I think this is really cool because it's a good compromise between both like what you like and what I'm okay with. And like me personally, I'm going with both the
yeah.
zine and the hardback.
No, it's a fun solution to have the option.
Yeah, it absolutely is. The art in this book, it reminds me of Giger's
Yeah,
from Alien, you know, and
absolutely.
it's like it's
Can't
so
go wrong
cool
with
looking.
that.
No, you cannot.
Biomechanical art kicks ass.
Yeah. They've unlocked all their stretch goals, it looks like, except for the last two, which is a really cool thing that they have that I scrolled right by like a dingus. Where did I put? Where did it go? Maybe I didn't scroll by it. I told you earlier, I'm so afraid of closing this window by mistake and losing all the work. Ah. So they have these horror moment cards. I don't know if you scroll down a little more, you'll see
Yeah,
those. And it's really cool how they're doing it. It's different scenarios that play off the senses
yeah. Yeah,
to add extra
it's a
tension.
very clever mechanic and very interesting idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't wait to get this already. Like,
Will sure spice up your games, and you can play them in any scenario you like later.
yep,
Uh, so yeah, wow, Mothership has so much great stuff for it, so much great expansion supplements
yeah.
and settings. It's yeah, it's wild.
And I love how they foster the independent creator with Mothership.
Absolutely.
Like almost everything besides like the core books, and I know Tuesday Night has put out a few other zines for Mothership, but the brunt of it is independent creators, and that is just so rad.
Yeah, and it's the clever thing to do. I mean, if you open your license to and you allow other creators to make stuff for your games, then more people will be playing your games. It's as easy as that.
Yeah. Oh, do you see the bookmark that they have? I added that on as a $2
No,
add-on. If you go down towards the bottom of the screen
yeah,
in the add-ons, they have the biomechanical life form bookmark,
okay, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it looks so cool. I love that. I
Nice.
love that art.
Oh yeah, very cool, very beautiful. Yeah,
All
oh,
right.
it's gorgeous stuff. Yeah, it's very well produced.
Yeah, this was one that when I saw it, I'm like instantly like, I'm backing this.
Mm.
Take my money. It's like the meme of here, just take it.
Yeah. I think we say that pretty often, right?
I say it all too often, like,
Yeah, we're very susceptible to beautiful art.
yeah, oh, I'm a sucker for it. There's
Yeah,
no
me too.
question there.
Me too.
So,
Um, I I've slowed down a little bit on the stretch goals that are just things that don't get really used during games because like I live in a small apartment and my place is already crowded with too many too many gadgets and gizmos, but beautiful art in a book will always get me.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the fact that like I was saying to you earlier, how supportive my fiance is, like, our house has basically become a gaming library. You know, we
Yeah.
have two bookshelves in our bedroom, two in our hallway, three in our living room, and probably have to put some in the kitchen coming up here soon. You got to make sure I've got every room covered. That's the thing.
If there's space, you can store more things.
That's right. I'll find a way. All right. So next up, my friend, we had one that you had brought to the table, Desecrated.
Yeah. Desecrated is another Merkborg supplement. This one is a Forest X crawl, and also adds different character classes, creatures, and relics. And it's made by the people who of the Road Standard. They have a podcast. I don't know if you listen to it or not.
I
They
don't, but
do.
looking at this and
They do the podcast "Flail to the Face," which I find
nice.
very funny, and they you should like it. They talk about poop all the time.
Oh, we
They
brought
have
it to the
sewer.
table. Poop.
They crawl through sewers, and they always have poop related items and gear, and yeah, it's very they're having a blast, and it's so much fun to listen to. Flail to the Face, I highly recommend it.
I'm
And
gonna write it down.
I think that they play Murborg in a clever way by bringing up the humor that's already present in the setting, and that some person don't always bring to the table when they play. I mean, Merkborg doesn't take itself that seriously, and you shouldn't. Yeah, it's grim dark, but it's also absurdly grim dark, and yeah, that's a quality that I think is it's interesting, and so I like their stuff. I like their humor. I like their energy, and this project is very appealing to me for that reason.
The art
And
is
it's the art
crazy.
is very yeah,
Wow.
it's great, huh?
I gotta go back up and look at that again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I might have to jump on
That,
this one if I can.
yeah, the what they cite as also as it's the comic the illustrator, his work as a comic book artist, and also did things for Warhammer 40K, Blood Bowl,
Wow.
Dark Horse Comics, and 2000 AD comics. So you know you're in good hands.
Yeah, I would say so.
It's
Wow.
all it's pretty much all stuff that we both love.
Art is crazy.
Yeah. I know that some people say, "Ah, Merborg, there's always yeah, well, it's good."
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that there's a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of stuff for Mothership 2 and other games. Well, it's good. Keep bringing it. I mean, there can't be too many when it's if you don't want it, just don't buy it. But
Yeah.
if to me, it's like yeah, well, people, it's they created a setting that inspire a lot of people, and everybody puts a spin on it, and as long as it's good, I mean, I'm not tired of it.
Yeah. No, I don't get to, I say the more the merrier. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, because it's more to inspire us
Yeah,
in
and
building our
if
worlds.
yes, exactly. And if you play the game, you love the game, your players love the game, then you can never have too many adventures and stuff, additional stuff to bring to the table.
Nope. I agree wholeheartedly. All right. So next up, we had To Insanity and Beyond
Oh yeah.
from Bite Size Gaming. Another. I must have just been on a wicked mothership kick when I put this list together.
Well, it's one of these games that get a lot of expansions, right? Mothership really has a lot.
Well, space is limitless and endless, so you need an endless amount of
Absolutely.
modules to. And this is 3 modules in one that
Hmm.
form a overarching story, which is really cool. Yeah, there's Spiral Down, or no, there's the Blue Infernum, Neon Midnight, and then the God Number, which are the 3. All their stretch goals, I believe, are unlocked. Yep, all stretch goals are unlocked. And it's a super affordable Kickstarter with, you can get the mega bundle with
Oh, it's on
everything.
Backer Kit, right?
No, it's on Kickstarter.
It's on Kickstarter. Okay.
Yep. If you look up To Insanity and Beyond.
I have so much windows open
I
right now.
know. That's why I keep saying I'm afraid of accidentally closing the wrong one here. Here, I'll go down
Oh
a
yeah, I
little.
got it. Oh yeah.
The cover for the God number looks so cool with that
Oh
skull.
yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful. Hmm.
But
Looks
yeah,
great.
this is just going to be another amazing mothership product, I think. And they did Bite Size Gaming, if I recall, also did Rain and Blood for Mothership.
Okay, I've missed this one. I haven't played at Mothership in a long time, actually. I can't
I
miss it
haven't
now.
either, but that's one of the games I would like to start doing an actual play of.
Well, I would play that with you.
I've got you. You're in, my friend. Whenever you want to join in, you are always welcome. Yeah, they did do Reign of Blood, and then Galaxy of Death was the other one that they did.
Nice.
And
Reminds me of the movie title Galaxy of Terror, or
yeah,
an old Roger Corman classic.
yep. Oh, and they have another one actually, which is Fear and Loathing on Bixby Station. That's great. I love the titles. They've got soundtracks for all three adventures,
Nice.
which I'm going to have to listen to later. I love seeing all these games start to do soundtracks for their
Oh
modules.
yeah, yeah. That adds so much to the atmosphere when you're playing. I also I know you're not much of a solo player, but I do a lot of solo playing, and soundtracks are amazing. And when you're playing by yourself, also to put you in the mood, create an atmosphere. It's
Ooh.
music is great.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Have the noise canceling headphones on and
Yeah. I'm playing mostly late at night, and I don't want to do a lot of noise. So I will chuck dice in my dice tray and listen to music in my earpods, and I'm really absorbed in the mood when there's a soundtrack. If they're not, I will probably end up doing it one by myself.
nice. Yeah, I'm the same way. Except for like you said, it's just so weird to me to play solo games, you know.
I know
It's very hard for me to to wrap my brain around, but there is one I want to check out that perhaps you've played. 1,000-Year-Old Vampire.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet. I intend to play it sometimes, but problem with me is that I already write way too much stuff when I play solo games. So journaling maybe if I start doing that, I may play. It may take me a year.
I'll come up to visit and you'll be sitting there having been up for like 30 days straight
Yeah,
playing the
with an
game.
old mechanical typewriter. No, it looks very good and it's beautiful too.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So next we had a cyborg uh
Oh yeah,
supplement
I know which
sister.
one you're talking about. Yeah, Sister and Ang the DJ. So Sister, well, first of all, the art once again it looks amazing, and there are meeples that looks very good, and I really like the setting. It's very different. So the it first of all it's like a mini bus, and it, it's like a puzzle also kind of way, and it looks very different, looks very interesting. I don't want to read too much about it because I kind of want to keep the surprise, but what I've seen so far looks very interesting, and I really love playing Cyborg. I've been doing a campaign like probably like a dozen or more sessions that we ended last year, and we had a blast. And so I'm always down for more great quality stuff for Cyborg.
Yeah.
I will probably back it or buy it. And I know that there's a supplement, an official supplement coming up with vehicles and rules for drive-by shootings and
Oh, really? I
stuff
didn't
like
know
that.
that.
Yeah,
Nice.
robots and more stuff. So I'm excited for that too. Did you play Cyborg? Did you?
I own it, but I have not gotten to play it yet. And
Yeah.
that is another one that I want to do an actual play of. Like, I I need more time in the day to do everything that I want to do, you know?
Yeah, you and me both. Cyberpunk is one of my favorite genres. One of the when I was a teenager, I used to play a lot of Cyberpunk 2020 and Shadowrun too, and uh, adding the system, the simplified the system of Merkborg to Cyberpunk setting was, of course, something that would be a win in my book, and I love it. The artwork is also super great, and yeah,
And the dice that
it
come
looks
with
amazing.
that, and holy
Yeah, they have
smokes.
proprietary dice, and there's a. It's like a puzzle when you travel around the map, and you have to all the dice represent encounters that you're gonna have, and I know that there's turrets, and there's you have to do hacking and move around the map, and it looks very good. It looks very interesting, but I don't want to read too much about it because I want
No,
to
I'm
have
not
a
going to even
surprise
tell you
too.
anything about it. I'm trying not to read it. I'm just scrolling through it so people can
Yeah.
see everything. But it
They
looks like
say
it.
they say in the description that the first half of the book has cyborg stats for sister's main body, the big black cube, and 5 turrets, which are the smaller cubes, and you can use them in the provided scenarios or reuse them and as a kind of a mini game that you can throw in your others on your own cyborg games. So it looks very cool, and they have unlocked the meeples that was a stretch goal, and some of them were done by my friend Evelyn Moreau. So and they look amazing. So of course I was gonna back this.
I wish I had not missed it. Man, like this. Wow.
There's so much. It's hard to keep track, really. I mean, I'm sure we're gonna miss some tonight that are super interesting too. And please don't take offense if you
Yeah.
if we miss something. It's kind of impossible to keep track of everything that's going on because, of course, we go to Kickstarter, but there's also stuff on BackerKit, on the Indiegogo, on other
Itch.
platforms, on Itch, and yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. It's very stimulating, and but sometimes it's hard to keep up because the stuff comes up left and right all the time.
I wish we did have like a Neuralink thing though, so I could just back everything all at once.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely anyone out there that we don't have your product on here, don't think we're slighting you or anything like that. This
No.
was a very impromptu episode that we were like, hey, let's get together. We haven't talked for a while and
Yeah,
let's talk scenes.
I've also left out some things that I think got a lot of coverage. So I think there may be a lot of people have heard about it already, and try to focus on smaller, more obscure stuff to try to give them a chance to shine. But of course, if you have suggestions or you think we missed some good ones, put them in the comment. And please share your knowledge with us, but it's really not because we're not interested in your project if we miss it.
Yeah, we would have to sit here for probably 2 days to cover everything that we want to cover,
Absolutely.
but
Absolutely.
I'd have a 5 o'clock. Maybe I'd finally have a 5 o'clock shadow going. All right. So next up, let's see. We had the DCC adventure module, Pilgrims of the Goblin Road. This one is
uh,
from Matt Funk.
Okay.
and it is the second adventure in a series of 5 that he's going to be doing. He started out with a funnel.
Oh yeah.
The first zine, I believe, was called Champions of the Goblin Road. And now this one is Pilgrims of the Goblin Road. And he's got 3 more planned. Let's see,
Great.
we have Legitimine Games in the chat saying hello, enjoying the show. Since you suggested it, I can drop my project if you allow me. By all means, go for
Yes,
it.
please do so.
We would
Was
love
the
to have it.
first one was the first one also a funnel?
The first one was a funnel. This is a level 1 adventure.
Oh, okay. So they can be played one after the other, and maybe as your character level up. Uh,
Yeah, and it's really cool how he's
is
doing.
that the thing?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Like his third adventure will be level 2, and then level 3. And if my brain is working right, level 4 would be the last one.
Okay. So if your character survive, you can make it. You can reuse it in upcoming adventures, which are intended for more advanced characters.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
And this one for me, I told you before the show, I freaking love goblins. Like I
Me
don't know
too.
what it is about them, and I think it's just their I don't know. I don't know what it is. I've played multiple goblins in various campaigns, and usually
Well,
if there is a goblin class that can be played, I'm playing it. So.
I think one of the things that make a goblin so fun is because they're mischievous, and they're also they're anarchic, and you can imagine them, and each one of them is very different, and you can always put a spin on goblins to make them fun,
Oh yeah.
right?
The last goblin that I played, I named him Blint,
Okay.
and he ended up, our GM made this really cool set of Fey dice that he stole and pocketed, but he would roll them at random times and always get random. It was basically a deck of many things in dice form. And I rolled to face the avatar of death,
Oh,
and I defeated it. So I became Blint the Undying.
nice.
It was great. I love goblins.
So this adventure is goblin centered.
Yes, it is. The whole series is actually goblin centered, it looks like.
Oh,
So I'm very excited about that. It is based around a certain type of poem, I believe. Man, I hope I'm not butchering Matt's work here trying to talk about it, um, but this one takes place. A group of pilgrims are going through in a treasure-laden caravan. They get attacked by goblins, and it says possibly even the player characters themselves. Competing agendas among the characters twine the secret missions of raiders and innocent travelers. So it
okay,
sounds
that
like it
sounds
could,
fun.
yeah, it sounds like you might even have to watch your back against the people you're playing with, which can
Great.
be fun.
Trader mechanics are always fun in a game when you're playing with the right people. Okay, because
Yep.
of course it's not everybody that enjoys a secret trader mechanics in games, but if you play with the right people, it can be very fun.
Yep. The art on this, I think, looks amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't wait for this. Yeah, appendix and poetry. Stefan Pogue, Alexander Moore, and Brett Hess did the art.
Oh,
And yeah. So
great.
next up, we have a unanimous vote between the two of us from our pal Joey
Oh
Royale.
yeah, I know which one you're gonna say.
Yep.
The first official expansion for Ninja City.
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, Ninja City's awesome, another
Oh
DCC
yeah,
compatible game.
yeah.
And what I saw on this that I had missed initially is that Tim DeShane is writing some lore for this
Absolutely,
that
yeah.
ties it into WHPA,
That's cool.
which is so neat. And I'm like,
Yeah,
I saw that tonight when I was looking through here, and I'm like, whoa, that
yeah,
makes
we're
it
getting
like,
a verse.
I know it's great. The
It's a
Get
shared
Haunted
universe.
Industries universe.
And that's yeah, okay, I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, um,
Playing Ninja City was a blast, and I can't wait for more stuff for it.
that's another one we should run together.
Absolutely.
I think we might be able to twist Joey's arm into joining us for that one if we make it
Yeah,
happen. I know he's taking a break. You said right that
yeah, but
so
we can ask for when he's over, when he's done with taking a break and he wants to come back. We would like to play Ninja City with him, of course.
yeah. Oh, and Legitimine Games said thank you so much. You're very welcome. Drop the link in the chat and also in the comments so that folks can see it for sure.
Yes.
And then let me see. Our next project was one that you had picked out, I believe, was Million
Let me
Colored
see.
Sun.
Yeah, Million Colored Sun is a science fantasy game. Uh, the artwork looks stunning, and I just think it has a retro feel that I think is really interesting. Um, yeah, that's about it. I've noticed it because of the illustrations by Brad McDevitt and Josh Burnett and James West, and the blurb is really cool. And if you like DCC and you like science fantasy settings, I think this one will be very cool, very fun.
But I think so too. So that's another one I might have to jump in on. You got to stop giving me ways to spend money.
Oh, well, tonight's not the night for
No, it
that.
is not. Hide your wallets, folks, because you're going to want to spend all your money on the stuff we're showing you tonight. So,
Yeah, this is not a show about cutting on your budget for
no.
games.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
Zinequest ain't about that.
Nope. Legitimine Games actually just said that Million Colored Sun is the last project that they backed.
Oh, cool.
So that's cool. So, yeah, and it looks like the artwork. Oh, I wish I could think of like the cover art, what it reminds me of. It's right on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of it.
Well,
It'll come to me when they're in the middle of something else and I'll be like,
last year I bought and I received a Gozer from James, which was another science fantasy where you played as some post-apocalyptic weird goblin Gozer type, and he did all the artwork. Even all the text was handwritten, and everything you see in the book was handwritten, and it looked fabulous. So. And I'm also I bought all the Black Pudding zines, and I love everything he draws. So it's always a big draw for me. And I love his style.
yeah, it is really cool. All right. So next up, we've got this is one I saw on Joey Royale's Pizza Party on Wednesday
Yeah.
from the Bug Professor. Greg Setliff. Hopefully I didn't butcher your name, Greg. But it's the Elixir of Cosmodes. It's a Zinequest adventure again for DCC. If anyone's wondering, yeah, I'm kind of a DCC and MCC junkie.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, but this game is really cool. I don't know if you happened to see the Pizza Party on
I
Wednesday.
haven't watched it yet because I was busy Wednesday. So it's definitely something I will listen to while riding or while working this week. Yeah, I wanted to listen to the interviews in this episode, but I never missed an episode. So I just sometimes I listen to it with a delay, but yeah, I listen to all of their stuff.
But it looks so cool because the crux of the adventure is a puzzle that involves making elixirs out of household items.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
and
cool.
I won't say anything else because you'll enjoy watching it in the
Okay.
pizza party. But this is one that I think I'm going to end up jumping on. I've just got to make sure my
How
fiance
many
won't beat
time
me.
left?
Let me get back up
How
top
much
here.
time? I mean,
5 days.
okay, there's still 5 days to go.
Yep, and
I
he's
will check it out.
yeah. I might have to jump on this. I won't do it right now because
Yeah. Another thing I forgot to say at the beginning when we're talking about Zinequest in general is that sometimes when it's a bigger books or something like that, I won't back it because I know that it's gonna be sold in store eventually, or I can order it. Some of the smaller stuff, the smaller zines, it's like happening right now, and I'm not so sure I will be able to get it at a later time, so
yeah.
that's sometime it's something that helps me choose uh if it's a big book by a creator that everybody loves, and I know that eventually I will get it from Ratty and Cantati or Exalted Funeral. They will sell it in the future, but the
Yeah.
smaller zines, they may do one run and after that it's over. So it's more an incentive to jump on the train while it passes.
No, I agree. But I think that's also why we do so great with this because we showcase two completely different. I'm like back everything for Zine Quest, and you have very specific parameters, which I think is great. So,
Yeah.
and next up we have one of those smaller ones from someone that I've got to get on the show here, the Wig Maker's Funeral, or Fingers,
Oh
not
yeah.
Funeral. Geez, I don't know where that came from.
That came from Exalted Funeral.
It must have, but that's by Max Moon,
Yeah, Max
and
Moon Games. Uh, I mean, all they do is beautiful. They do beautiful zines, beautiful books. Very very well done, handcrafted. Always beautiful stuff to and I love Into the Odd. It's one of my favorite systems. Chris McDowell is one of my favorite game designers. I know that's not original, but it is what it is. And there's a lot of acts and reskins of Into the Odd, but there's not that much adventures and stuff written for Into the Odd itself. And I listened to actual play on the weekly scroll they did of this game, and it was super weird, super fun. I had to back it.
yeah, I'm looking at this on like a foil stamped
It's
edition, and
gorgeous,
it's
yeah.
wow.
And the adventure itself is perfectly in tone with the strangeness of Into the Odd and the weird universe that I love so much. So it was a no-brainer for me.
That's another game I have yet to play, or is Into the Odd, or a system,
Oh,
I should say.
oh, I love Into the Odd. I've run it for a long time. The first edition, uh, and I've bought the second edition but I haven't played the
Hmm.
starter adventure for it yet. I've read it many many times, but I still haven't played the second edition. But the rules don't haven't changed that much, but they changed the starting adventures and the starting sandbox stuff that they give, and they redid all the design. The redesign of the book was done by Yuan Nor, and he did something very different that he did for Merkborg, because a lot of people were a little apprehensive at first that he was going to give it dark, grim tone, which no, he's a designer. He will do something that fits that game and that
Right.
mood, and it's very different. It's beautiful. Uh, a lot of photo bash using public domain art and old illustration, and very beautiful.
Nice. I'm going to have to check it out because
Yeah.
I know I've heard of the system, obviously, because due to its popularity, but I've never played it. So,
Well, another one that we have to play together.
yep, they just keep piling up. It's gonna be like the shelf of games behind us that we need to
Yeah,
play. It just
I
keeps.
never understand people who are bored in life.
No, there's always so much to do.
Absolutely.
So next up, we had, let me see if I can get the right one here. It's another Goblin zine. Imagine that coming from me.
Stay on
Oh, and
theme.
I didn't close it, but it's Goblins for DCC.
Yeah,
And it's from Twin Magi Games. And what they're doing is making 3 classes. They're doing the Goblin, the Hobgoblin, and the Bugbear.
nice.
And yeah, I mean, I'm going to get to play a Goblin in DCC now. So watch the heck out because you're going to have a Goblin thief in your party that likes to steal shit. So watch out. Or should I say it likes to steal? Well, no, I don't want to say it likes to steal poop because that sounds way worse. uh, so it's going to be a 8.5 by 5.5, 16-page zine.
Cool.
So
I wonder how playing a bugbear would be also. That
yeah,
would be fun.
yep. Have to keep buying new combs every so often, and all right. And then next up, what do we have? We have Rune Cairn.
Yeah, Rune Cairn. Well, it's a second edition. So I mean, if you, I don't know if you've played Rune Cairn, if you own it.
Another
Um,
fail on my behalf.
well, it's Rune Cairn is a hack of Cairn, which is a hack of Into the Odd. So we stay into the odd realm. Um, it uses the same system, but it's more combat oriented, and it's Norse mythology. And what drew me to the system first, it was designed originally for one storyteller and one player. So now that system have been changed, you can play with a group. But I thought that it was an interesting idea to have a dual game master and a single player, and it also allows for solo play. And it draws some mechanics also from a Dark Souls, like you can save your game when you arrive near a torch and stuff like that.
Nice.
And it's a dark setting. You play after Ragnarok has occurred, so all the gods are dead, and the world is like empty and barren, and everything is very desperate, and the creatures are very interesting, and the mechanics are very solid. I'm a big Colin Lesueur fan. I love everything that he does. He's a great game designer, so that one was a must have for me. They had a lot of new creatures. They had a lot of more. They had everything, more stuff for everything, and also allow for a larger group to regular RPG play. So I think
Nice.
it's with yeah
So you can
the
either
art
take the
also
longboat
look
on your
very
own.
good. Sorry.
I said you can either take the longboat on your own or fill it and make the party row.
Exactly. So I
Sorry, I
think this
cut
one
you
would be
off. I
no, it's okay. It's okay. I speak a lot.
I'm just reading through this. There's so much on it that weapon is a class. That's really interesting.
Yeah, you also have like defining a item at the start, which is an item that's specific to your class and that allows you to perform certain particular feats when using it. So really fun.
Wow. Yeah, I might this
Combat is still deadly, but it's not as deadly because you will have to fight sometimes. But into the others, combat is very deadly. In Rune Cairn, it's still dangerous, but you can sustain a blow or two without dying. And also, there's ways to if you die, you can come back a little. You go back to the torch, so you may come back to the start of the dungeon or something like that with a setback, and eventually if you die too many times, then you have to create a new character.
I like that. Like
Yeah.
it's saving, but you can only do it a few times.
Yeah, you can respawn a certain amount of times because you're already dead because everybody's
Right.
kind of undead in this realm, but you're lesser each time you come back. So eventually your character would be unplayable, so you create a new one.
Yeah, this is another one I might have to back. I'm gonna need
Well,
to start working some overtime. Oh man. All right. So next up we had the other one that I was telling you about from Tanuki Games. It is Hick
Ick.
Tapestry, the toilet roll paper game. It's so great because it's inspired by the Bayeux Tapestry, which depicts the Battle of Hastings.
Yeah.
And I'm reading this as we go along, but you create art on this. And of course, they've got cats, which you'll have to watch. I'm interviewing these guys Monday. I think I told you that.
Yeah.
Jay and Steven, they live in Japan.
Okay.
So it'll be early morning for them and late night for me. So, because they're 12 hours ahead over there.
Yeah, it's literally at the other end of the world.
Yeah. But for the setup, it says all you need to play is a deck of cards, some pens, and a roll of good quality toilet paper or kitchen paper.
Because you'd be writing on it.
Yep. And
That's super fun.
yeah. Oh, I can't wait for this. I already backed this morning because I love these guys.
Do you play a lot of games with cards in them? What do you think of playing cards in games in
I
general?
like the mechanic that it can add, especially the way that they use cards is completely different from like like a game that may have 8 or 10 cards. Like when we were looking at 30 terrors.
Hmm.
It's like they've got those cards that just add that little extra bonus mechanic to it, and I absolutely love it. How about you?
Yeah, yeah. At first I wasn't sure what I thought about cards and games, and I'm starting to have more and more games in my collection that use card in a very clever way, and I'm digging it. I also got recently games that use tarot card, and I didn't have a tarot at home, so I bought a cool one, horror theme with great pictures on it,
Nice.
and it's no, it's fun. It's interesting. It's a different way of playing, and I quite like it. Game designers are I've imagined clever ways to incorporate cards and sometimes for map making, sometimes just for random events,
Yeah.
sometimes to generate your dungeon or all kinds of the mechanics. Yeah, it's a cool idea.
Yeah, I think it's a neat little mechanic to add to it. So,
Also, tarot cards are beautiful.
yes.
It's always stimulating. It's always stimulate your imagination. I'm not into, very into the esoteric part about it, but I think it's just artistically, tarot card are beautiful, and it's just fun.
Yeah, there are so many tarot cards out there now
Oh
too, and
yeah,
you can get some like really high-end, super artistic ones that are
absolutely,
gorgeous.
totally.
All right, so next up we have another beauty, No Nazis in Valhalla.
I mean,
Because
yeah.
I don't often swear on the podcast, but yeah, fuck Nazis. So
Fuck Nazis, and they have a lot of Nazis have a thing for Vikings and Nordic mythology. So it's only fair to have a game where you play where you play actual Vikings or who are punching Nazis in the face.
yep, it doesn't get. Yeah, I mean, I'm jumping on this once we're done. Like
How could you not have fun playing this?
when I saw the cover art, I was just like, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm in.
the art is super brutal. Is super. I love this gritty style. Absolutely.
Grindcore, they call it.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a proprietary system also, so
nice.
that's always intriguing. They say it's inspired by old school RPGs. So I don't know. I'm very curious about it, but anyway, the setting is so great, so I had to.
Yeah, and I love that cover, so I'm
Yeah.
in. All right. And then next up, we had from my pal Tommy Sunzenauer,
Yeah.
Groton. I was half scrolled way down to the bottom of the page from checking it out again earlier. This one I've already backed and I can't wait to get it. It's a minimalistic dungeon delve zine.
Yeah.
Um, and there
It's
are
done
physical.
in like a 8-bit dungeon.
Yeah, it's so cool. And
Yeah.
he's doing physical tiles for the game that you get with the zine to build the dungeon out as you go along. And I've scrolled down so anyone watching now can see what the tiles look like there. And he's got a pen and dice there to show that they're, smaller tiles, but this is
Yeah.
going to be so cool. Tons of tables and yeah, I love
Yeah,
Tommy's games.
he's very prolific. I heard your interview with him when he was promoting Obscure, his other game that looked very cool. Also about horror found footage game, and now he's doing this. So yeah, definitely the guy has a great imagination, and he's doing quality stuff. So yeah.
I would settle for half of his imagination.
I don't know if he can, if he's willing to spare.
No, I'm not saying take it. I would just love to have like the creative juice that he seems to have because he's like they've he has put out so much good work on his own and
Yeah,
when he was with Blake Games that it's just yeah, I can't
yeah,
wait for this one.
yeah. It looks very, very good. And we can never have too much dungeon crawlers, so.
No.
And this one has a very distinct personality, so
Yep.
that's fun.
And it's solo or co-op, so that's even cooler.
That's a plus for me and for a lot of people
Yeah.
these days. Solo play is gaining a lot of ground, and I'm happy about that.
Yep. All right. And next up, I'm going to let you try to pronounce this one. I already tried
Oh my God.
and oh, I butchered it the first time. It's
Fangle Sehala.
yeah, it's about what was coming up with. Fangle
Sorry.
Sahala
Yeah.
um, from Daku
Uh,
Games. Is that how you say that?
Daiku
Daiku
Games.
Games.
Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with the Daiku podcast. It's Gary Snow. Gary Snow has a podcast where he interviews game creators about their process and their projects. And he's a fellow Canadian, and
Nice.
he's a very cool guy. And he has another game coming soon that's called Bug Busters, which looks amazing. It's like influenced by the retro Ghostbusters RPG,
Oh,
and
nice.
in Bugbusters you'll be fighting. You'll be working with an undercover agency disguised as a how do you say that? Exterminators, and
Yep.
you'll be fighting alien bugs, and so there's a little bit of Men in Blacks and thrown in the mix,
Nice.
And this game, the one that's part of Zinequest, he's doing something like using the IKEA style of description and art, minimalist line work to illustrate all the concepts. And he's also he also has an interesting mechanic where you have to build a tower. Let me read what how does he call it?
The
Um,
Doom Stack.
the Doom Stack, yeah. The Doom Stack is also it's gonna be a feature also in Bugbusters, and yeah, he's just a cool he's a cool guy, and he's now starting to release his own creation. So this one is the first one, and Bugbusters is coming. You can watch. He has a website up, and you can watch a lot of art and concepts, and that he already shared a lot of mechanics, and it looks very promising too.
Nice. Yeah, this looks really nice.
Yeah,
Um,
well, he's I know he worked in video, and he's done a lot of design also. So he produces high quality stuff, beautiful stuff.
yeah, it looks like it.
Mm.
Wow. All right. And our last project that I have for us here was from my pal Father Goose,
Oh yeah.
Jeremy Schumann. He's got the Pulp Heroes, which is a DCC compatible zine that really focuses on sword and sorcery. So this was another one. Oh, and I just lost. He's got a. Oh man, I'm drawing a blank and I feel horrible.
We
He's
have
got
so many.
this. I know I've got so many game names in my
Yeah,
head.
me too.
But he has a bunch of awesome zines out. This was another no-brainer to back. DCC compatible, like I was saying. But it's Shadows of Something, his other creation. I'm gonna cheat.
He's very prolific too. He releases a lot of stuff.
He does.
Yeah, so sometimes it's I lose a lot of names and titles in the process too. We've read so many stuff just this month.
But he created a race called the Corvaxian that are
Yeah.
shapeshifters. And I picked those up, and he's got another modern game that is set with like creatures of shadow, like vampires and stuff like that, that I'm going to be working on something for eventually once I figure out how to make my brain work to create stuff.
Your brain works just fine.
Most of the time.
You're doing so much at the same time. Yeah, cut yourself a break.
I suppose. Well, those were all the projects we had that we were looking at, and I think that was pretty good for just the
So
spur of the moment.
just to conclude, what was the name of Father Goose
Pulp
game?
Heroes.
Pulp
So,
Heroes
yeah,
is the
I'm
name.
doing him an
Okay.
injustice with this because I'm kind of babbling.
Okay. Well, you want to read the blurb a little so
I'm
we can have
having a hard time seeing the screen.
is it on Kickstarter?
It is.
Okay.
And then it's just Pulp Heroes.
Let me see if
'Cause I
I
have
can
to have the
read.
screen so
But
small.
okay, Pulp Heroes by Jeremy Schumann.
Yes.
Um, New character creation methods for generating pulp style sword and sorcery heroes for use with Dungeon Crawl Classic. New occupation table, new bird augurer, lucky sign table, alternate class options, and more. Inspired by the pulp sword and sorcery stories of Appendix N, Lankmar, DCC. Yeah, so
It's going to be
that's
like
all
Fritz
sounding very
Leiber
fun.
inspired and like Moorcock and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
that's
and
going
who's
to be great.
doing the art? Um,
Let me see. Written Gilead.
oh yeah, yeah. It looks gorgeous. Yeah,
Yeah, it's got that
it's gonna,
very old school feel to it.
yeah.
And I
So,
love the giant squid on that's going to be on the cover.
yeah, yeah, it's rad. Yeah,
Uh,
this will be a good one for
it
sure.
will be.
Yeah, and also don't forget about the no hey hi writing or heart was used in this product because yeah, we'll never say it enough.
Yeah. And I like to see I like seeing that on projects, of
Absolutely, it's important. It's not everybody's not so straight about doing it, and we as indie creators, small creators, have to stick together. And yeah, it's important.
yep, I
Yes,
wholeheartedly agree.
and it's
So,
I'm always willing to pay for art, and if I can't afford it, then I'm gonna use public domain. I'm gonna use. There's ways to. You can also buy stock art. Sometimes for $50, you'll have 20 illustrations, original illustration. The only thing is that you don't have the exclusive use of it, but it still is sold, and money goes to the creator, and you haven't stole it from anybody. So there's ways around.
yep,
I understand not having unlimited fund. I myself I have to pay for art, and I always wish I can put more. I do what I can, but when I can afford to put art on every page, well, I will do something. I will do something different, but I will not use AI art, and I think it's important we stick to it.
yep. And dude, you do a fantastic job. The Crime Fighting Luchadors and The Zone and all that are amazing books. So,
I thank you very much. To me, paying for art is like I'm giving myself a gift.
yeah, it
Like
really is
when,
because you get to open that email and you see that
yeah,
you've got new art and it's like, ooh.
I've sent a description of a concept of a character, an idea I had in my mind, and an illustrator does it. Does a beautiful rendition of it. To me, it's like receiving a gift. It's wonderful.
Yep.
So that's the way I see it, and it's always so satisfying to have original art.
It really is. And I am gonna, sorry, I'm trying to, boop, I'm gonna make that screen disappear. And yeah, I'm gonna take us to the different, there we go. All right. So I know you've kind of got to get going. You've got to be somewhere. So
Yeah. Well, I have to take care of my girlfriend sometimes, and that's what weekends are for, right?
yes, absolutely. Well, I will let you get going, my friend. Legitimine, thanks for joining us and
Hey,
chatting
thank
with
you.
us. And we'll be sure to check out your game. And folks, everyone else that tuned in, thanks for watching.